great precision, and that's certainly true in hockey. But sometimes in the heat of battle, the going gets a little bit tough. When the fire becomes hot and heavy, there's nothing worse than a breakdown in your own end. Now Tucker gets it. That shot was blocked. And Mullen will clear it behind his goal. Now steal. In front, Tucker, great chance. He scores! John Tucker! On a blatant giveaway, it's 1-1. A boom-to-boom, cops it up. Here's Freeze, ball back, and scores! But Earloff loses it. Portland after him. But Earloff loses his balance. Linden walking right in. Ernie Nickel trying to center one. He got it ahead. Here's Poulin moving right in. And his shot kicked away by Joseph. And then a bouncing puck to Roenick. He's in to the backhand center. Poulin, he scores! Patrick Poulin after a nifty move by Roenick. Getting it ahead to Sundin. He's in over the line with a shot. And that changed direction. And Vernon was able to get his stick on it. A shot from the blue line. Blocked by the seat of Coffey. And scores! Now look at Coffey. He turned his back on the shot, then gave the puck away. Paul Coffey had about 10 of the worst seconds of his career. Hockey can be very revealing. One moment you're beautiful, and the next you're undressed before the world. That may be okay for models, but it's sure tough on players. Gets it into the hot zone. Out comes Wondrich. Looking for Murphy. Stripped away by Sundin. Cutting and shooting. He scores! Matt Sundin picked Joe Murphy's pocket. Roenick trying to pass it to himself. Hector got a piece of it. And then a steal going from Lome. Here's the shot. He scores! A Bernie Nichols strip and steal. 1:10 left in the New York penalty. Canadians with the goal. Kershaw stealing it. Scores! Kershaw, ever dangerous, stole the puck inside the Canadian shot. The goaltender is the stopper. He's the man who takes all the shots. And no matter how big and strong he might be, every goalie has moments he'd like to forget. Out come the Hawks. Here comes Eisenmark. Over the line to Murphy. Stops to the near side. Takes a look. Put it to Eisenmark. Who's centered. Potvin. He put it into his own net. Felix Potvin tried to steal the pass, and he redirected it through his own leg. Eric Lindros has some time to take a look at that. Scoreclock scores. Grant Stewart gets a glove on it. The puck trickles into the net. This would have been well over the top of the goaltender's cage. Now behind the net, Rico again. Rico waits, puts it out of the slot. Haslam, that hit his skate. What happened here? How did that puck get by Bernie for the goaltender? He's probably embarrassed about it. He's giving a nod his head like, oh, dang it. In any field of endeavor, it's necessary to have the right equipment. When all the parts mesh, anything is possible. But if a gear comes loose, you can go down in flames. Such was the case recently when Chris Osgood lost his stick, thanks to Ty Domi. Osgood was left feeling a little empty-handed. Osgood still can't get the stick. This play by Lindstrom on Domi. Eiserman. Lost the puck. He's not scored. Well, if Osgood had not gone to reach for the stick, I think it was Paul Coffey that went to get it for him. He thought the puck was out of harm's way, but it did get turned over and Jamnow scored. Hockey is surely a physical game, but the mental part can be more important. Just ask San Jose's goaltender, Archer Zerbe. By the Oilers down the ice, Zerbe will be careful here as time runs down, and he gets it right away for a goal. Off Laureano, and Zerbe makes a brutal mistake. These things happen in life, but we must remember no matter how arduous and costly may be the hands of fate, tomorrow brings new twists and turns and the chance for something great. Time now to bang home another installment of the Check of the Week. Pittsburgh's Ulf Samuelsson gives an ample reason to believe. As Buffalo's Richard Schmeling finds out, it's better to give than receive. Archer lost control. Schmeling moving in right down the middle. Save made by Wright. Holy cow. Schmeling moved in all alone and then paid for it. Oh, gosh, what a hit. What a hit. Washington Capitals. They've changed personnel and they've changed their style. As the season comes into focus, the Capitals don't want their efforts to get lost in the snow. This year, the Capitals didn't exactly get off on the right foot. With 3 wins in their first 15 games, a league low in scoring, and a current place in the division cellar, the Caps have had to take a hard look at where they are.
Well, I don't like to give us real bad marks, but I think we deserve them. We made a lot of excuses for our players, and we've said we played well in games we lost, but the fact is that there are no good losses, and I think teams that say this was a good loss and this wasn't a bad loss are losing teams.
Averaging just 2 goals a game, the Capitals, to say the least, are not finding the net.
Well, the first thing we have to do is generate some offense. We talk about shots, we talk about chances, but they don't really mean very much. No matter how many you have, the only thing that matters are goals, and we're just simply not scoring enough of them. So until we correct that problem, we'll have to win our games 1-0 or 2-1.
That's snake bit. That's flat out snake bit.
If the Caps are going to take any kind of bite out of 95, they need to graduate from the school of hard knocks. One major change in Washington has been switching from an attack-minded defense to the more stay-at-home variety. Emblematic of that was the trade that sent Kevin Hatcher to Dallas for Mark Tinordi. The rugged defenseman was captain of the Stars, and now he's big in the capital.
This guy is huge. He's 6'4", 6'5". Off of skates, on skates, he's just a huge guy. Loves to play that physical game. He's a huge asset.
Tinordi does love to hit. In Washington, he's been compared to Rod Langway, but the coach doesn't think that's necessary.
Well, we're happy he just happened to be with Mark Tinordi. You know, he has an established name of his own, and he's well recognized in hockey circles as a gritty, hard-nosed hockey player with good offensive skills. He's a great team guy, he's a leader, and we feel he's not only a fine player for us in every game, we think he's a great example for the younger players in our organization.
The best news about Mark Tinordi is that he's back in the lineup, period. Almost exactly 1 year ago, in the midst of a standout season with Dallas, Tinordi suffered a broken leg. Tinordi would miss the remainder of the season and the playoffs, but he healed successfully, and at least in his mind, a return was never in doubt.
I was ready in September when the year was going to begin in September. I went through training camp, didn't have any problems with my leg at all, so I was pretty happy with that because no after effects at all of that injury.
The team needs scoring from the likes of Joe Juneau, Dmitry Kristich, and Peter Bondra, but on the Caps, old reliable is still Dale Hunter. He's the embodiment of hockey's right stuff.
We're really determined hockey players who come to compete every night, regardless of the location of the game, regardless of their opponents, and Dale is kind of the man for all season for us. We feel that he's good at everything he tries, and the same things I think we're talking about Tinordi as far as great determination and leadership apply to Dale Hunter.
19-year-old centerman Jason Allison is one of 6 rookies to skate for Washington this season. He's the kind of player who will benefit from the example set by Hunter and Tinordi. In the meantime, though, this club wants badly to get on the right track.
We've let it go long enough now, and it's time we have to start turning it around. And if we let it go any further, we're just going to be falling further and further away. And we don't want to be looking back in a month saying, geez, we should have won those hockey games. We have to start winning the hockey games now.
The Washington Capitals, learning how to win. Now it's time to find out who's making the key contributions. Here's the Hockey Week Player of the Week. Sean Burke of the Hartford Whalers is once again at the top of his game. In back-to-back starts this week, he was in goal for victories over the Penguins and arch-rival Bruins.
Backhand on a save, and Burke, the follow-up is the save, and another one by Burke, and Burke the story there. The Bruins had 3 chances.